We are low on the totem pole in a multidimensional energy healing team. There isn't anybody else to take out the trash. It's us. It's us. And if we call in some out-of-body being to take out the trash, what have we just done? We've invited in astral beings. We've invited them in. Then we've opened the door, right?
Right.
And then they can say, hey, I had an invitation, right?
Like vampires.
Like vampires. Like vampires. So let's not fall into that trap. And boy, oh boy, how many times have I fallen into the trap of thinking that higher dimension beings are going to tend my energy body for me?
Oh, me too,
Woohoo, crazy. Where does that insanity even come from, you know? Other than a lack of understanding of the rules, that's part of it. But that should have been clear to me, and it wasn't. Yeah. And, here it is, misunderstanding grace. Now we talk about this in many classes, how it's the grace that confuses people, right? So much is given to us through grace, right?
Right.
And then we think it should just be that way, right?
Right.
Right.
Not understanding this was a gift given to us.
Right.
And therefore not valuing it like a gift, not treating it like a gift, and just expecting that they'll continue to give. And of course, that's the fast way to get the spigot to turn off. Or it has been for me. Yeah. It's like that's the fastest way to get the spigot of grace to turn off, in my experience.
True.
Is to take it for granted when it happens.
Yeah.
There's a misunderstanding of grace as it occurs, right? If we are misunderstanding it, is it likely that others are also misunderstanding it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right. In the highway toward healing a life, there's not only the fast lane, but there's also the slow lane of change, yes?
Right.
Yes.
So the first element of the slow lane of change is shifting our beliefs, right?
Right. True.
Yes.
And given that we're all born as small, helpless babies, and that is our initial imprinting, our initial belief is in our fundamental helplessness, right?
Right.
Right.
And that we need the people around us to take care of us or we will die. This is our foundational belief, right?
Right.
And it's a life's work to be free of this belief, right?
Yes.
It's a life's work. Does the plan shift?
Yes.
Yes.
And do the guide's directions to us shift as the plan shifts?
Yes.
Yes.
So is it helpful to be alert to shifts in the guidance so that we don't get stuck doing the same thing after it's time to move on to the next step?
Yes.
Definitely. Very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a natural and normal thing that happens, right?
Right.
Yes.
That we know we're supposed to do something. Pick something, it doesn't matter. And we just keep doing it because we're sure that we were supposed to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then the guides have started to say, move on. Do the next thing. But there we are, just
Dragging ourselves to rehearsal.
dragging ourselves to rehearsal, or whatever it is we're doing. Whatever it is we're doing. And it's time to move on. Now, does moving on feel more scary or less scary?
More scary.
More scary. So if we say, okay, I'm not going to go to rehearsal anymore, and instead I'll do something that is easier than going to rehearsal, is it likely that we're following the guide's directions or taking a trip to Italy?
Taking a trip to Italy.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Now, is it normal for us to think that being afraid means that we aren't supposed to do it?
Yes.
Right.
It's normal. But is that what fear actually means?
No.
No.
Fear means challenge.
Challenge. I'm not sure I can do it, right?
Right.
I don't know
Doing this requires growth
and change.
and change.
And it's scary. Right. There is more to it than that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can do it. I don't know how to do this. I don't, I'm afraid I'll fail.
What about my old stuff?
What about my old stuff? Etc. There's probably 100 different flavors of fear of moving on, right?
Yes.
But is moving on an essential part of growth?
Yes.
Essential, yes.
Essential.
Right.
By definition, is life a growth path, a continual step of moving on, a continual something of moving on, string, path of moving on?
Yes.
We can get used to the feeling. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
And we can come to see it as our friend
Yeah.
and not our enemy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Almost like a welcome signpost. It's like, I feel scared. Good news, I'm moving on. So, with drug use, often the invaders want more drugs. Addiction actually has huge components of entity invasion. Evaluate for truth.
That's true.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm thinking about how some addicts say it's like there are two people in the body and one person is the addict and one person is them.
Right. They're correct.
They're right.
Only there's probably about 50 people in the body
Right.
and 50 addicts and them. Now, especially with the heavy-duty drugs that have overdose capacity, think about it, asked to be shown. All those drug users who died with an addiction to that drug, do they want to get into another body and continue the pattern?
Yes.
Desperately.
Desperately. And they'll just hop from body to body as body after body ODs, right? So here we are in the prison working in the prison population, right? Are we likely to come across this pattern?
Yes.
Right. So if we can just get these entities out of them before they enter the general population, Can we save them from going back into addiction?
Oh, yeah.
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 Look at that. What potential to help people. There's so much potential to really, really help the population behind bars. Helping us once more let go of this society that is, it's like a something that's really pretty, a package with really beautiful gift wrap. It looks nice, right? Real beautiful gift wrap. But when we open it up, we find like rotting body parts in it. Or is that only me that sees it? That is has to be shown a metaphor for our society. Beautiful.
I see it.
Yeah, the beautiful gift wrap, like it looks lovely, right? And then,
Yeah.
and then we open it up and it's a horror. It's like something from a horror movie, right?
A horror. Yeah.
Yeah,
Horror.
yes, it's a horror. Whew, so we just let go of this, you see? We just let go of it. And just like entity release happens in layers, oh, I see where they're headed. Just like entity release happens in layers, healing addictions happens in layers. In working with the prison population, we're likely to be working with people who suffer from addictions. Does that evaluate for truth? Is that likely?
True.
Yeah. Very likely.
Very likely. Now, are all of us addicted to this society? All of us, me too, me too, me too.
Yeah.
Super addicted.
Yes.
I love my hot showers, not hot, but warm showers and soap. I love to be clean. Right?
Yeah.
We all have things.
Washing machine.
Washing machines. Right. Laundry, running water, soap,
Air conditioning.
air conditioning, and heat. But a year from now, are they going to be there?
No.
If they are, I can't feel them. Let me put it that way. I can't feel them.
I can't feel it.